Yeah, and that's how bad it is. It's truly out of control there. The Venezuelan gangs have just gone out of control. Yeah, so we'll get into. We're also going to cover some of the stuff that's going on, some of the hatred, and against not just like I said, anti-West, anti-European. People in Europe are getting attacked just for being white. Same is happening in America. No one's doing anything just for being white, or just for being Jewish, or just because they're Asian, or just because they're American. And it's truly disgusting. And no one's calling it out because they don't like to call these things out because it goes against their narrative. It goes against their agenda. So let's do what we can and expose what we can, and call out what we can, because that's our job. And yeah, so let's get down to it and do it. Don't forget to go down there, smash the like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell for notifications, and don't forget to share this video if you guys like it. Like I said, it really helps us. And like I said, it really helps us when you go down there and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you do it, please, please, please. All righty, guys, let's move on to the next, and let's get down to it and do it. All righty. So this is from one of the apartment complexes. They literally put a SOS help sign in the rocks to let people know how in need of help they are. And this is while the gangs are away from the building at that time, because the second they get there, they scatter back into the house, the opposite of cockroaches. They run back into the safety, and it is terrifying, dude. I feel so bad for these people that they have to run out of the house like little rodents running from a cat, because the people there are predators. The people there are preying on these people. They've become the prey of their own living home at home. Like your house should never be a place where you feel like you are prey to a predator. That is disturbing and wrong. They're attacking people in parking lots, robbing stores and cars and people, and killing them and just leaving them there. I can't show you a lot, but I can show you what I can.
Venezuelans is taking over.
Oh yeah, the people in Aurora are flooding, like fleeing the country out, just flooding out in mass because they are so terrified of being there any longer.
Venezuelans is taking over. They just jacked them?
Look at the traffic.
Oh, me.
They just jacked multiple cars and left the stuff they didn't take.
Bro, damn, they done made a mess of shit.
Nigga, y'all are on bullshit out here.
When you have guys dressed in, gang gear, got one of them looked like he was wearing a bulletproof vest, which honestly is probably smart, but you don't have to wear it like it's a tank top. I mean, that's just not professional, and it's just showing off. So I feel like these guys obviously, and he's wearing a bulletproof vest in Aurora. He's probably engaged in not the best lifestyle when he's not doing this. So you have guys who probably involved in some not so savory stuff who are saying this is out of control. What's going on? That when you have people who are involved in possible gang stuff calling you out for the shit you're doing, you've gone too far. I mean, what the hell is wrong with these people? Who do they think they are? And why is the government not doing anything? The FBI refused to act and stands down because the Biden administration says not to. The police can't do anything. They're outgunned and outmanned. Not because of gun laws, not because of guns, whatever, because these people are on another level. They're organized.
That is on bullshit.
Oh, shit. What the Yeah, they're tripping.
Wow.
They driving over the... Bro, these niggas is on bullshit.
This is my town. I wouldn't be laughing.
I'm trying to record, but I gotta watch the...
Wow. This is crazy.
Bro, damn, they done made a mess of shit.
So this is a longer version. Oh, this is the same one I opened up with. So yeah, this is the guys going through the building, and there's a longer version I would show you, but I can't show you because there's shooting in it. But yeah, they go door to door trying to rob people and collect money and steal their stuff and take what they want. It's crazy. It's crazy. Alrighty, so this is in New York. The Bronx have multiple hotels turned into secret migrant shelters, and they're not just giving them free food, $5,000 a month in cash, for $13,000 to $15,000 a month in ABT, insurance, possible licenses, and other things. But they're also furnishing their apartments brand new with new stuff instead of just the hotel old stuff and crap. These people have better lives than 90% of Americans right now.
I'm in the Bronx right now. We've came upon 3 secret shelters. Inside of New York City, there's over 200 shelters that are housing migrants. Here's 3 hotels. 1, 2.
There are less than 20 shelters in all of the East Coast that shelter for veterans, homeless veterans.
3. It takes up a full block that are housing migrants in there. And what is not good here, good for the migrants, but bad for American taxpayers, is look at all the furniture trucks. Those furniture trucks are delivering brand new furniture in these hotels for migrants. So not only are the migrants getting these hotels to live in, they're having free furniture delivered for them. It is insanity. The people that live around here, they had no idea that these were migrant shelters. They're upset. We've been told by one citizen that lives in New York, he has been trying to get an apartment for 3 years. He says now that the migrants get the apartments over the citizens because the apartment complexes know if we put migrants in these apartment complexes, the government's going to pay us, and it's free, easy money, just like these hotels, free, easy money for them. This is what is going on. Millions of people flooded our borders.
And this is what's happening in the UK. You have people who are supposed to be getting housing, but because the migrants are migrants, they immediately get housing above a person who's got a family. A single or a married couple with no kids who are migrants is more likely to get a house than a family of white English people or black English people. They're also more even a family of migrants who should be getting a 3-bedroom are more likely to get the 1-bedroom than a single English white person, even though they're not even qualified for that house because they have too many people. They don't give a fuck about the native citizens anymore. They want us dead because they want perpetual voters who will vote wherever they feel necessary to vote for. But they don't realize they won't be able to control these new voters. But they don't care because it's not about control. It's about getting rid of the people that they feel have too much knowledge about the way their inner workings are. And then once they get rid of those people, then they can brainwash the new group of people in from being rebels to being brainwashed idiots like we used to be.
Happening each and every day. A full block right here in the Bronx that we tried going into that shelter or in that hotel and they kicked us right out.
Yep, you don't look migrant enough. We need a whole bunch of Mexican guys going up in there and checking it out. So yeah, this is horrible. A whole bunch of 50 African immigrants brutally attacked a random 15-year-old British schoolgirl for no reason, just to be a violent pieces of shit that they are. And they're attacking her because she's white and because she's vulnerable and because she's prettier than most of the girls I'm assuming they've seen. And it's disgusting. And I'm not saying white girls are prettier than anyone else. I prefer Iberian, Mediterranean girls and, something, and even northern, I don't know, just, yeah, you get what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying, obviously it's disgusting. These aren't children. African male adult immigrants attack a 15-year-old British schoolgirl. They're pedophiles. That's what they are. You have some girls watching it and doing nothing either. Even helping. Look at that, watching and helping. Yeah, I can't watch this. She ends up in the hospital, very, very bad. Multiple contusions to the head, critical condition, from what I've heard. This may look like Islamabad, Pakistan. This is from Europe invasion as well. Pakistan, but this is Naples, Italy. I think Italy has gone so far down the drain. Wow. Disgusting. I guarantee that car is stolen. Wow. I wonder how beautiful that exact spot used to be maybe 10 years ago. It's so sad. Here's more on the Venezuelan gangs.
So, y'all, these migrants are getting worse, and a lot of the media is not covering it. A
No, no,
19-year
duh.
old Venezuelan migrant just literally shot two police
Yeah, like I was saying, because they gave the green light to shoot any police officers.
officers in New York City, NYPD, at point blank.
Yeah, not just in Colorado. They gave all the Venezuelan gangs and MS-13 have given it green light nationwide.
He shot them at point blank range. Now they have him in custody, and he's being charged. But what they are saying is that he basically is stating that a gang is instructing him to shoot
Yeah, like I
at
said.
cops. Now we know what has happened in Aurora, Colorado. If y'all don't know, it's not even happening in just Aurora. Now it's
Denver,
transferring
Colorado
to
Springs,
even Denver,
everywhere.
Colorado. What is happening is there are squatter laws in Colorado. And what squatter laws are, the fact that they even still exist in Colorado and it is legal, it blows my mind. The apartment
They're
building
legal
in
so many
Colorado,
places. They're everywhere. It's disgusting.
the management or the people that was over the building and not allowing staff to come into the building to like fix it up and things of that nature. Sanctuary city. So Colorado is a sanctuary city, and what that does is it limits. I don't know how much of it is true, but I heard that they were waiting for the older tenants to move out, and then they would move in other tenants and will be taking the money and rent from those tenants. Now, also
They are. They're not just that. They've been taking it from all tenants. Everybody who lives there is now giving their money to the Venezuelan gangs and not to the landlords and stuff, because the landlords are now disenfranchised completely and they've been kicked out. If they lived at the building, they kicked out, and the ones who don't live there are just refused to give any money. And the gangs are the ones doing it, and they're going around collecting.
Denver, I'm hearing that they broke into many gun stores,
5 of them,
and they are trying to do the same thing
and 2
in
jewelry
Denver.
stores.
Not only that, we have to be mindful of who we let all of those younger age men come over to the
Yeah,
border. We didn't.
military age men. Why are we letting them come over in the thousands, tens of thousands, now hundreds of thousands, really, or even millions?
We are coming over.
I would say probably around 70% of all the people who come over since Joe Biden took office have been military aged men between the ages of 16 and 40. Just watch a daily crossing down in Texas and Arizona. It's all men. If you go to California, you'll see some Asian women, but those are even worse because that means Chinese Communist Party is here too. So it's not just the violent, Middle Eastern and Latino gangs and violent Middle Eastern terrorists. Now we have to worry about the Chinese Communist Party and possibly even Russians entering our country. This is disgusting and it's horrific. And it's so bad, and no one is willing to call it out in the Democratic Party when everything's like happy-go-lucky. Oh, they're the party of joy. Kamala brought joy back to the White House, and blah 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 blah. They're all a bunch of whiny little bitches who have empty platitudes. Oh, we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. We're going to bring joy back to the country. And we're going to stop Trump, and we're going to fix democracy, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. We're going to fix the economy, and we're going to create jobs, and we're going to do this. Everything you've said is an empty platitude. You haven't given us one policy to fix any of this. You haven't told us one way you're going to cut spending or fix the budget or balance the budget or anything. Like, what are you talking about, woman? Not her.
Their
Kamala.
background. Without proper management, this makes no sense. On these migrants, hearing that there is an apartment building also in Dallas, Texas, something similar to what has happened in
I'll have
Aurora,
to look into that one.
Colorado, is happening with these
I have family in
Venezuelan
Dallas.
gangs.
My whole birth
I
family.
went to try to
basically
research it and look.
My dad, my sister, my Jewish side of the family as well. So yeah, everybody's there basically, except for like some relatives that are still in Haiti and some that are in Israel.
Didn't find anything, but I think the name is called Versailles or something like that, apartments. But if anybody is in
Versatile.
Dallas, Texas, you know about this, please let me know because I'm on the heels of this, okay? Even with the DNC that is coming up in Chicago, because we know that there are also Venezuelan gangs and things of that nature in the Chicago area. It's
ridiculous, dude. This is insane. That was from, by the way, that was from Michaela uh, Hopester777. This is from Bama Jeans. More on the migrant crisis and stuff in Aurora.
What's going on in Colorado, especially in Denver and Aurora, and all across the United States with this migrant crisis needs so much more attention on it, especially with the gang Trendy Aragua. Especially considering that allegedly a Trendy Aragua leader gave the green light quotations to its members to shoot police officers in Denver, Colorado alone. I mean, allegedly Aurora alone has become a base of operations for that gang, which has seized multiple apartment complexes and set off a wave of violent crime. And supposedly Denver leads the nation in new migrant arrivals, with more than 40,000 arriving from the southern border since December of 2020.
I love how it's, oh, Denver leads the country in new migrant arrivals. Really? No, Texas, Arizona, and California lead the country in new migrant arrivals. Specifically, Texas and Arizona. Texas has around 10,000 minimum a day, and Arizona has around 2,500 minimum a day. So you can't sit here and tell us that, oh, 40,000 a month or 40,000 since the beginning of Joe Biden's administration. Dude, shut the hell up. So the lowest you're really looking at is, averaging around like 2,500, minimum 2,700 more likely, up to like 3,500 plus, even more, and maximum like 5,000 a month. So you're looking minimum around like 3,500 plus or 35,000 plus a year. And that's just 1 year, plus the multiple years past that, plus how many haven't been counted and are not being, just like released immediately. All of the getaways, because Arizona is the getaway state. This is where drugs come in. So you're looking at thousands upon thousands of getaways. So I don't think people realize, and it's also where the terrorists come in Arizona too. So you're looking at roughly, probably around, more accurately, 190,000 to 250,000 per year minimum, because of all the getaways. Because Arizona is the getaway state. Like I say, it's the place where people come to not be released, to just get and run through the desert and get to Phoenix and sell their drugs immediately, or sell their human trafficking victims or whatever. And so because of that, we have many more that don't get registered or just released immediately. And I don't think people realize how bad it is on the border states. And yet 40,000 is supposed to be some horrible thing over the last couple years. Screw yourself, guys.
2022. And reportedly, the city has bent over backwards to provide aid, even slashing emergency services to help foot the cost. So far estimated at over 68.
If you have to cut emergency services to help migrants, it's time to get rid of the migrants, because your people are more important, and their emergency situations are more important than illegal immigrants committing crime, and who committed a crime by coming here.
$1 million and counting. One local gang member allegedly decided to set up shop in town as well. And within months of arriving in the U.S., cops supposedly said that he and fellow gang members brutally beat a man at an Aurora apartment complex that the gang took over and occupied. And this is the interesting thing that seems to be a trend. In July, cops arrested him again, this time for shooting at the same complex that left 2 men also wounded. And members of Trendy Aragua are accused of a slew of violent crimes across the United States, including murdering Georgia nursing student Laken Riley earlier this year.
Holy shit, that was them? Wow. And they're also the ones invading homes and stuff. I've heard about that too.
And shooting of 2 NYPD cops during an arrest in June. But supposedly when...
You don't think that Venezuela might be doing this on purpose? Like sending all these criminals and gang members here to terrorize us while they're dealing with crazy shit themselves?
His gang leader crossed the southern border in 2022 into Texas. He was vetted by federal border authorities who didn't see anything concerning about his past, and then released. He told Border Patrol agents he was going to New York, but ended up at an ICE office in Colorado in June of 2023, when he was given a court date and again was cut loose. He would be issued IDs and social security numbers and be able to vote and join the
Democratic Party's platform endorses a bill that pathway for legal immigrants to become lawful prospective immigrants, giving them ID, social security numbers, and the ability to vote and join the U.S. military. They've already been able to join, by the way, this isn't in this, but they've already been able to join the police force in California.
U.S. military. But not just that, the bill would also allow people already deported under the Trump administration, but not the Obama administration, to come back by applying for the new legalized status if they had lived in the United States for at least 3 years. That's really interesting that they mentioned social security numbers, because apparently every single American social security number was just leaked. But nobody wants to blame Kamala Harris? I'm confused.
Yeah, what's going on, dude? Yep, see, told you. Yep, Trendy Agua is a national crime syndicate that is long believed to have deep ties with the Venezuela's socialist regime. What did I tell you? This is all part of the plan. This is all part of the globalist socialist plan to destroy America and supplant it with some disgusting new neo-woke, neoliberal, socialist, globalist utopia bullshit that only seeks to disenfranchise native citizens and make them feel like outsiders until they eventually leave and have to go somewhere and become an outsider, which then they have to deal with what they have to deal with there. And then they can control the new masses, brainwash them, just like the people who moved away from their countries are going to be supposedly, at least they'll hope that they'll get brainwashed by their new countries. And this will continue to happen over and over again until we have this new, crazy, multi-ethnic, diverse society that's been brainwashed and has no connectivities, no similar values, because we've all been devoid of all of our shit. And we feel like the things we do hold differently, we can never talk about because we might get in trouble or might cause division or might cause hatred. And we'll never be able to do those things because we'll be arrested for causing hatred and ruining the peace and all that bullshit.
U.S. authorities have reportedly confirmed the gang's presence in Miami, New York, Chicago, and Atlanta. And police officials from Dallas, Texas announced this week alone that criminal activities linked to the gang have been detected in the northern area of the city as well. Border wall. But it gets worse. Trinidad Aragua's growing list of criminal activities in the United States range from violent cell phone robbery schemes in New York to a now dismantled sex trafficking network in Louisiana that reportedly smuggled its victims to the United States after teaching them how to request asylum at the U.S. southern border. And allegedly, the gang members forced the victims into prostitution to pay for the debt accrued for smuggling them into the United States. Kamala Harris was the border czar for 3.5 years, and what did she do?
Nothing.
It's so confusing to say that you're pledging to protect women's rights, but then you allow these gangs to come into the United States, putting women weak. But because he's from Venezuela, a country that doesn't accept deportations from the U.S., he is likely here to stay. And supposedly, Trinidad Aragua has been sneaking members into the U.S. via the southern border for years, and that it's also reportedly started recruiting within the U.S. among migrant communities, mainly in New York, Denver, and Chicago as well. And ironically, if you just so happen to look at every single individual that crossed over the border since last year, a majority of them look like military-age men. And Kamala Harris doesn't seem to be mentioning this at all.
Nope. Not even Trump is mentioning this much, and it makes me angry. He's mentioning a little bit, but not the specifics of it, and that's why it's so dangerous. Yeah, so what do you think's going on in Sweden? Sweden used to be the place that, oh, Sweden's so beautiful, it's so great. Oh, it's a capital, it's a socialist mixed, society that everyone loves. Oh, and then it was homogenous at the time. Now it's not. Now Sweden is known for the #1 country in the world for gangland assassinations and murders. It's the #1 country for violent crime in public situations. It's the #1 city for machete attacks in all of Europe.
Jag hoppar in här hos afrikanerna. Jag ska ha fufu. Kolla om det finns lite fufu. Salam alaikum. There is fufu for me. Fufu? Yeah. Can I taste? Yeah, thank you. Jag gick in bara, jag var lyssna, jag hatar mig själv in. Jag vill ha fufu här. Thank you.
It's nice you're having an outdoor thing, but like, dude, don't just trash everything and leave your shit everywhere. And it's ridiculous. Yeah, so you remember, so here we go. You have a 14-year-old British boy who was killed this black man right here from another country, from an illegal immigrant, killed a 14-year-old British boy with a machete, was sent to prison in March and released, and is going to be released in 6 months. On the right, you have an 11-year-old boy, a disabled 11-year-old boy, who was arrested for posting mean comments against Keir Starmer and illegal immigrants during riots, and is being dragged out of his house while crying just the other day. This has happened 2 days ago. And then now we have illegal immigrants. We have illegal immigrants, mainly Muslim men, who are, looks like all Muslim men, who are photographing and videotaping young children at parks, and then saying that they're having a picnic, even though they're in suits and regular clothes and jeans, and not have any food nor drink.
Just enjoying.
Yeah? Just enjoying what?
Here for picnic.
Picnic.
Yeah.
Where's your picnic stuff, guys?
In the car.
In the car.
Yeah.
Right. You're here for a picnic?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
You know what you're doing. I'm looking at you. The guy with the camera? Yeah, you right there. Yeah, can I see the videos?
He's going to delete them.
Show me the videos.
Delete.
No, I'm serious. Are you deleting them right now?
Yep.
Is that what you're doing? You know exactly what you're doing. You're creeping all the girls here. I watched you guys. I watched this guy. I watched him watching my daughters with his camera.
Like, should I delete that one?
No.
You
don't come to a beach and videotape the girls. You know exactly. You can delete them all you want, but I got you guys on film now. Okay?
See, I deleted.
No.
Delete. Oh, see?
What are you going to try and...
You think deleting them is enough? Like, that's what they think. They think, oh, I delete. And it's like, no, dude. You still did it. You're still a predator. It doesn't change the facts.
Show me. What's all this? No, you just deleted the videos. I watched.
No, this is not my phone. I cannot open anywhere
Really?
without
You were just
his
scrolling
face.
around
I
for the
watched
last 10
him
minutes.
watching my girls. I watched
2 minutes. Sorry, not 10 minutes.
two other girls. No, I watched him film two other girls right over there. As soon as they put their clothes back, as soon as they put their clothes back on, he stopped filming. Then I watched another girl, and he watched her walk all the way across here. His camera followed.
Yeah, they're all disgusting pedos. They follow a pedophile prophet. What do you expect? Yeah, so a man in Philadelphia who gunned down and tried to kill 8 innocent Americans. Guess what? He's an illegal immigrant. Guess what? He's from MS-13 El Salvador.
Investigators are he's now been violent. He's now been identified as 39-year-old Freddie Antonio Amaya Marin from El Salvador. Officers say the suspect stood in the woods outside his home and shot at multiple vehicles driving down the street until police arrived on the scene. He then began shooting at officers and they returned fire.
What kind of freaking bullet holes are these? They're all different shapes and sizes. And
the suspect was arrested shortly after. Investigators are working.
Relatively big too. They didn't look like they're from a rifle or anything like that. Or maybe like 44 Magnum or something crazy.
With multiple agencies, including the U.S. Attorney General's Office and Homeland
Large bore
Security.
hunting rifle? I don't know.
Amaya Marin faces 8 counts of attempted murder and federal charges for illegal re-entry after deportation and illegal alien in possession of a firearm. Authorities tell 3 on Your Side this is not his first incident. The 39-year-old was deported back to El Salvador back in 2007 and returned to the U.S. illegally. He's also a confirmed member of a violent international street gang.
Who's known for satanic rituals, pedophile stuff, sex trafficking, and some of the worst violence in the world. MS-13. Yeah, that was from End Wokeness. And the last one, by the way, was from Johnny Midnight. But yeah, it is crazy what's going on in our country, guys. You guys need to go down there, do your own investigations, expose what you can, man. If you guys have anything you want me to cover, any videos, any instances, any horrific things that have been going on that you would like me to go down there and cover, make a little video about, and maybe investigate further. I could go do a full investigation video, find everything that I find, and then kind of give you guys all the evidence and everything I found. Just let me know what you think and let me know if you find anything. Don't forget to go down there, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell for notifications. Please don't forget to subscribe, guys. Really helps. Really helps us. Alrighty. And don't forget to share this video if you guys like it. I appreciate you guys coming down. I'll get you next time, man.